It's week 17 of the 2042 season, where we'll see this team's athletic linebacker. He's a useful part of the team's pass rush this season, with 5 sacks so far. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one. Next on Madden NFL 25.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. Should be a good matchup here, Greg. A couple of playoff teams a year ago that are hoping to take that ultimate step and get to the Super Bowl this season.
And oftentimes, that's the most difficult step, right? You go from being a perennial playoff contender. That's great. But now, how many of these teams can now say, okay, not only are we in the playoffs year in and year out, but we are a legitimate Super Bowl contender in any given season? That is easier said than done, but I think these two teams today both find themselves at the end of the year in that mix.
The final 2 weeks of the regular season are upon us, and off we go on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7th, and their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, Greg, from North Carolina State.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time, their veteran quarterback.
When we had a chance to sit down with him this week, Mike, it almost came across to both of us that he wasn't entirely over last week's close loss. And he made the point. He said, listen, playing quarterback in the NFL, you're going to be judged by how well do you play and what is your record in one-score games. Last week, they found themselves on the wrong end of it. If they get themselves into a back-and-forth matchup today, they've got to make enough plays down the stretch to come away with the win.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Now a ball deep, middle of the field, and he'll be marked down at the 15-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Slot receiver headed right. They run on the jet sweep, and that is not going to work out as planned. Maybe a tough spot to try to run a play like that. Either way, it's blown up back behind the line of scrimmage. They'll try to keep the drive rolling, facing 3rd and 6. He'll go right and find his running back.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
A safe kick taken at the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from it. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And things are getting a little tight with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Already, we can look ahead in both conferences to some... The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll look to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4. And bring up 3rd down. Back to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. And a short pickup here, brought down just shy of midfield. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. 2nd down and 8. Again, it's Pollard. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll give it. It's Pollard. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Here's a first carry for their running back, and he will carry his offense to the red zone. Inside the 20-yard line, a pickup of 9. They'll try and run for the first down with Pollard. He's going to have it at the 12-yard line, enough to get the first down and keep it going. They'll run once more, and it's Pollard again. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down, a pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now this time they'll look to throw. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Has a touchdown. His 6th touchdown now for the season. Greg, I love the precision on that play. Very little time, very confined space, and they come through with the touchdown.
And it's the accuracy of the throw, Mike, that protects his receiver. Everything down here near the goal line is so condensed. You understand you're going to be thrown into tight windows, but when you trust your quarterback to protect you with the ball placement, it gives you a lot more confidence going across the middle of the field, and in this case, pays off for a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play. What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
A run here with Evans. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. We are through one. It's a close game early on. Back with more from Mexico City and the International Series after this. Here's 2nd and 2. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Pollard running left, and nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Here's a 3rd down and 4. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
2 yards from 6 points. It is 1st down and goal. They'll run here. It's Pollard. Good blocking, and he's in for the touchdown. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. Now the try for an extra point. The kick is good. And the visitors extend their advantage to 14-3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Evans. And not a whole lot going to come from that one. Only to about the 39. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw.
He fumbled the football. Oh, he coughs up the football. The defense has it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay.
Is under review.
We might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. A fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. He looks to add to them with another drive here. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll look for Pollard out of the backfield. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Mike, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake, and you're not going to get away with it at this level.
The visitors' offense about ready to take over once more. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
The motion man here is Mitchell. Here comes the jet sweep. And this defense having nothing of that. They get him down behind the line.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Pollard. And he will score for the score. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
The PAT, up and good. And the visitors move out to a 21-3 advantage. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. This team's offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. First down throw there is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
They get 25 on that connection. That's enough for a first down.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 40-yard line.
Now, faking the give. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. They'll look to pick this up. 3rd and a yard. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Back to the air one more time. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
And 8 yards to go.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns. And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I will be right back after this. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
On comes the punter now, as he'll punch it away for the 4th time today.
They'll take over first and 10.
So now this team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They need to start making some inroads here, down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. That's caught. It's Evans. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll look to throw yet again. He keeps it himself. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the first down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes. He'll drop to throw. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's the punter now, as he'll come on to punt this one away. And no return on this one. Fair catch signal for and taken. Here's 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Not much there, maybe a yard. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we head north to Orlando. We're going to join the coach, Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports
to get you caught up on. So let's get...
And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the 3rd quarter. He'll start at the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. On the ground, it's Evans. Inside the 40. A big gain. They finally get him down, but hold everything. There is a flag on the field. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Second down at the 28-yard line.
They'll look to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
3rd and 5.
Back to throw. He's got a man. That's complete. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Here's Evans. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Now they'll set up to throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and their running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Comeback route, and he's got it. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. He'll look to throw. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
They will get away from that one, and they're going to have tremendous field position. This ball hits and goes out of bounds. They motion a receiver right. They'll run with Evans. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
There's that man again. Another catch.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and There's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Third down, 3 to go.
Brings up third down and 3 yards to go.
Looking middle of the field, it's complete. Good work after the catch. They get 16 and a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it, because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And he's going to be running out of bounds, but not until he gets down to the 40-yard line. They'll look to throw again. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball, from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category, but the biggest thing,
and this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
On 4th down, out comes the punter. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. They'll begin here on the ground. Just pushing defenders out of the way as he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
A big play there on second down, but we do have a flag on the field. That's in an area where usually this play gets erased. Now, faking the give. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
And 12 yards to go.
Throwing now from the gun. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. 17 yards on that connection. And that will be a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Back to the air one more time. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Open man, right side. He's got him. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these first downs and go finish with 6.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a designed run. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They face 2nd down and 7. Quick throw here is complete. They've converted twice on 3rd down on this drive. Now facing 3rd and 3. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
And that one had too much behind it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll give it to Pollard to start this drive. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Again, it's Pollard. And he's going to get the first down up past the 35-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
That's caught. It's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And this one is caught, but the momentum, that'll take him out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Could not get himself turned upfield. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. He'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long.
Well, this has been the story of the entire game, Mike, is just how well this defense has played, particularly against the run. There has been nowhere to operate for this offense, and it continued here on this last play.
Quick throw, taken in, and they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Let go.
Try to pick this one up on the ground.
Number 34 on the carry. The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
We're about ready now for the punt. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. They'll run here with Pollard. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stop.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. When you throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Still second down.
They'll look to throw. They'll try to hit him with a screen. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Here's 3rd and 7.
Let's go now.
He'll look to throw. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
Defensively, that's just a missed opportunity, Mike. Anytime you have two defenders in the area and neither one of them is able to make a play on the ball, yes, I know that the ball felt incomplete, but, man, you got to get your hands on that ball and take advantage.
And that's going to be incomplete. They had to take that chance, trailing here in the 4th, but they will turn it over on downs. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll air it out down the middle. That's caught! And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Well, I think one thing's for sure, Mike. I don't think we're seeing an offense that is comfortable with this late lead. They're continuing to put pressure on the defense and say, hey, I don't care how much we're up by. We're going to continue to execute our passing game, and if there's opportunities downfield, we're going to continue to take them.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. Second and 11. They'll try the left side with Pollard. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Now a handoff to Pollard. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So, 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit. This, about as short as you can get. Good snap. Good hold. Good kick. And the visitors will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Throwing now on 1st and 10. That's going to be incomplete. They cannot hook up there. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Throwing right, it's taken in. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 1.
Back to throw. Going up top. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They'll try to run. 1st down and more inside the 40. And they finally get him down. Good gain on the ground, but hold everything.
Holding.
Maybe a reason he got so free. The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defense.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds.
4-yard line.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.